Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Devi Nurtiasari, the representative presenter of my collaboration research and Professor Dr. Dedi Rosadi entitled COVID-19 Chest X-ray Classification Using Convolutional Neural Network Architectures. Yeah. As we all know, the World Health Organizations declared that coronavirus disease 2019 outbreak pandemic in March 2020. Countries around the world are stepping up effort to halt the spread of this pandemic, and COVID-19 detection is vital to decide the subsequent step in handling the patient. And one method that may be used for COVID-19 detection is classification approach based on chest X-ray of the patient, and convolutional neural network has been successfully in practical application. It is a type of machine learning which the model is designed to learn classification tasks directly from an image. It recognizes pattern directly from image pixel. These patterns are used to classify image and to eliminate the need of manual feature extraction as in any other neural network. Yeah, this figure is the general architecture of the CNN. So there is the input layer or the input image, followed by the CNN process that is divided into two major parts, that is the feature learning process and the classification process. In the feature learning process, there are several important points. That is the convolution, and then the activation function, and the pooling layer. The first CNN major part is feature learning, and the first important point in feature learning is convolution. At convolutional layer, neurons arrange to create a filter that contains pixel. This filter will be move all parts of the image. Technically, a dot product operation will be performed between the input and the value of the filter at each shift, so that it produces an output or so-called feature map. The input layer's feature maps are convolved with learnable kernels and put through the activation function to form the output feature map. And mathematically, it can be written as this following equation. The second important point in the feature learning is activation function. The activation function is at the stage between the convolution and the pooling layer. And the activation function that is most often used in the CNN model is the rectified linear unit, or ReLU. A ReLU is defined as the maximum value of x and 0, which means that it will equals to 0 for any negative input value. Meanwhile, if the input value of the activation function is positive, then the output of the neuron is the input value of the activation itself. And the last important point in the feature learning is the pooling layer. The pooling layer generally consists of a filter with specific size and stripe that sift through the feature map area. Pooling commonly used is max pooling and average pooling. And the reason of utilizing the pooling layer itself is to diminish or eliminate the dimension of the feature map, thereby speeding up the computation because fewer parameters need to be updated. In addition, the reason of utilizing pooling layer is to overcome overfitting. And the second major part of the CNN is classification process. The result of feature learning are feature maps in the form of multi-dimensional arrays. So in this case, the flatten process must be carried out. Through the flatten process, a feature map receipt will be made from a multi-dimensional array into a vector so that it can be used as the fully connected layer's input. At this layer, all activity neurons from the previous layer are connected to neurons in the next layer. The fully connected layer aims to process data so that it can be classified. Yeah, In this research, we use an open source dataset with 97 positive COVID-19 chest X-ray dataset and 121 normal chest X-ray dataset. This dataset divided as training data as much as 174 image and testing data as much as 44 image. The CNN model will automatically train the X-ray image characteristic through the feature learning and classification process. And also in this research, we use two model. The first model can be shown in this figure. So our first model is using 225 by 225 image matrix, 20 by 20 convolution matrix, a 10 by 10 pooling matrix with 100 batch size, and the number of epoch is 15, 20, 25, and 30. And the result of our first model can be seen in this table. The average recall, precision, and accuracy were respectively 94.99%, 95%, and 95.47%. And our second model can be seen in this figure. So our second model using the same measurement of image matrix, uh, 30 by 30 convolution matrix and 20 by 20 pooling matrix with the same batch size as the first model, and the number of epoch is 15, 20, 25, and 30. And the result of our second model can be seen in this table. The average recall, precision, and accuracy respectively 97.73%, 95%, and 96.59%. Yeah, and that's all our research. And the conclusion of our research are the first one, the procedures of COVID-19 chest X-ray classification using convolutional neural network was defining the input data, that is training data and testing data. The input data is used to determine the learning features and classification process in CNN architectures. The CNN model will automatically train the X-ray image characteristic through the convolutional layer and the pooling layer. The classification process starts at the fully connected layer, and this will determine whether the X-ray image is positive COVID-19 or normal. And the second conclusion, the first model provided the result of recall, precision, and accuracy were respectively 94.99%, 95%, and 95.47%. And the second model provided the result of recall, precision, and accuracy respectively 97.73%, 95%, and 96.59%. And our last conclusion, this research used an open data set, and because of this limitation, this research only uses 97 positive chest X-rays and 121 normal chest X-ray. However, this model will provide better result and accuracy by using larger data set and need to be supported by clinical study. So that's all our presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.